another one.
So before I pull up the resume, it says, I'm currently looking to enhance my resume as I am seeking a new opportunity. I have applied to numerous, and I say numerous, jobs on LinkedIn without success. Shout out to good guy.
Good guy.
All right. So applied to numerous jobs on LinkedIn. Okay. So let's pull up this resume. And we are going to start the timer as well. We're going to break down this resume as I would break it down. And I'm curious to know in the chat how you would break it down. If you were to see this resume, what would you think? All right. Timer's up. And let's switch over to our resume. So this is the resume. And it is G14 classified because everything is even you wouldn't even find this document over here at Mar-a-Lago. Just a little jokey joke. All right, so it starts off with the name, QA engineer, their address. Don't put your address on the resume. It's just letting you know. All right. So summary. And as I read through this, right, I want you to think, does my resume sound something like this? Am I having the same problems as this person? So summary, results oriented. That's how I think this is how every single QA resume starts off, right? Results-oriented QA engineer with expertise in automation testing using Cypress, API testing with Postman, and a comprehensive skill set covering performance, mobile, and web testing. Now, the other common QA resume word, proven track record in contributing to high complexity projects, collaborating with cross-functional teams, and ensuring product excellence. ISTQB foundation level certified. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, it's hard for me to keep going when I get to this part, right? ISTQB foundation level certified with hands-on experience in CI/CD pipeline, setting up GitHub Actions and GitLab pipelines. So I would say this summary is decent, right? Why is it decent, right? So when I'm reading this, right, because I don't read all the resumes. Like when I'm saying for all the resumes, I'm talking about from my work perspective, right? When I'm reviewing resumes for work, when I'm reviewing resumes, I do read the whole resume, and I give feedback and stuff like that. I give my initial feedback, like, all right, before I even read this, go ahead and make these updates, and then once you make those updates, then I'm gonna go ahead and read through it and make sure and give you like feedback, comment on it, and all that type of stuff, right? If you are a Patreon member, I'll give you personalized feedback on your resume. If you are at the middle tier, I will definitely one-on-one review your resume with you. And if you are at the top tier, I will help you rewrite your resume. All right. And as well as mock interviews and stuff like that. Right. But what I like about this is mainly this part, right? The hands-on experience with CI/CD pipelines, setting up using GitHub Actions and Git pipelines. That is GitLab pipelines. That is very, very important. Right. Everything else. So I don't really care for the results-oriented part. It's a bunch of fluff. Proven track record, bunch of fluff. And guess what? You might have a proven track record, but I don't know your track record, so it doesn't mean anything to me, right? Why is it proven? Like who proven by who? Right? That's what I want to know. Who proved it? Right? So those were like the words. To me personally, they're fluff, right? I don't really care. But by you saying that contributing to highly complex projects, collaborating with cross-functional teams, that ensuring product excellence, that makes it game for me to ask you about it. If I were to interview you, right, you're going to be asked, so tell me about the high complexity projects you worked on, right? And we're going to have a good 5 minutes talking about that, right? Collaborating with cross-functional teams. I want to know how you collaborated. What was your role? what did you do? You're gonna have to get into great details, right? And you're gonna have to talk about like some products you delivered, how all of that went. Cypress, API testing, and Postman. I mean, at this point, I kind of expect people to know API testing if you're going into QA. If you're a QA engineer, and this is good covering performance, mobile, and web testing. That is good to know. But the problem that I see here, I do not see any value. Like, well, okay, I'll take that back. The CI/CD pipeline, that is value, but I don't see like any. You're not really stating any accomplishments that you've achieved, right? And you're not saying what do you like. Okay, this is cool. What do you plan to do for me, right? What do you plan to do for me? That's what I want to know. All right. So, and by for me, I mean for the company, right? So that's the summary part, right? And right now, I'm giving you like, why am I doing? I'm giving you guys Patreon level information right here, right? But anyways, so that's what I see over here. Now let's move on to the experience, right? So, you forgot to block this out. No longer CIA classified. Okay, so they are from Alexandria, Egypt, which is cool. Working on diverse. So at this company, working on diverse software products, proven expertise in ensuring product excellence through comprehensive testing and collaboration with cross-functional teams, committed to enhancing user satisfaction and product reliability. So are we seriously just copying and pasting what we have in the summary to the top of this position over here? Is that what we're doing here? Come on, people, come on. So let's see. Led API testing effort, ensuring the robustness and reliability of software component, developed and executed comprehensive test suites, identifying potential vulnerabilities and enhancing overall system stability. This is decent, right? But guess what? What I would like to know, right? I would just like to read it right here. How many API tests do you have covered, right? Through your comprehensive test suites, right? And maybe you could throw in so something like we have 500 API tests and it was able to catch 50 defects, right? Something like that, right? So spearhead automation testing initiatives using Cypress, streamlining testing processes and significantly reducing manual effort, leverage automation frameworks to create efficient and repeatable test scripts, resulting in quicker releases without compromising quality. So this is great. This point right here is totally great. Love it. One thing I would look to add is how many automation tests that you did. I like to use statistics and numbers and metrics, right? In these points. Conducted performance testing using tools such as Locus, JMeter, which Don will probably contend with using the Ralph load testing tool instead. But anyways, evaluating software responsiveness, stability, and scalability under various load conditions. So, this is good. This is pretty good. Like I said, I always like to see some numbers and metrics because, especially as QA people, we're very data driven. So I would say try to throw that in. Active participant in daily stand-up meetings, providing updates on testing progress, addressing team queries, and synchronizing efforts across development, QA, and other teams. This facilitated streamlined collaboration, quicker issue resolution. So this is a great point. I like it. Maybe if the first person who got put on a PIP would have done this, they probably wouldn't be on the PIP right now. And we continue contributed insights to retrospectives, reflecting on completed sprints and projects, collaboratively identified areas for improvement, and implemented actionable strategies to enhance team efficiency and software quality, that's pretty good. Skilled in setting up, configuring CI/CD pipelines using GitHub Actions and GitLab pipelines. So what I would like to see on this point is to give actually share something that you did, right? And what value that it brought to the team by you doing that. Right? What were you able to accomplish? Was it to set up that pipeline to run your automated tests, your API tests? What was that value that it brought to the team, and why was it effective? So that's what I want to see on that point. Automated the integration and deployment process to enhance software development efficiency. I would look for this one to say like, how much more efficient did it make you, right? Did it make you, the team, the company? I would like to see that on this point. Implemented and maintained CI/CD workflows for timely and reliable software releases, right? Same thing as the point before. But guess what? That's the end of the resume. There's not much to it. So maybe, possibly in Egypt, that the ISTQB matters, I guess. I don't know. To me, when you don't know how something works, you require certifications, right? So who knows? But this resume. No, and if you had to rate this resume on a scale of 1 to 5, what would you give it? I would probably give it a 3, I guess. Maybe a 3. I don't know. So don't get me wrong. This person definitely has the knowledge. Like, so knowledge-wise and what they're able to do, it's definitely high up there. However, the way that they market themselves, they have some really good points in there, but overall, they're not hitting it on the mark, right? And that's probably why their resume might not be getting through the scanners, might not be getting through the recruiters. You're not making the person say wow, especially at the very beginning. There is nothing to say wow about over here, like, because a recruiter's reading this, they might see, like, the recruiter might care for the ISTQB, right? But reading like hands-on experience with CI/CD pipeline, I'm not really too sure what that means, right? But if you were to say like, this is like, I saved my previous company this much money by doing this, and I helped the company make money by, transitioning from this to that, or by setting up automation, we were able to save X amount of dollars and catch this many bugs, something like that, like showing value, right? So that's what that's why I would go with a low 3, I guess. But yeah, high 2, low 3 on this resume, and like, there's not any other work experience. Oh shoot, I missed this part. Look at this. So February 2023. So you're still working though. I thought you weren't working anymore. But February 2023, right? So you have less than a year experience, because that's the only thing that you have listed on your resume. So it's gonna be hard without experience. Like, I know so many people who are trying to go from boot camp internship to a full-time QA job, and it's not easy. And like, you're less than a year experience, although you know all this stuff, it's still going to be hard, because if someone else who knows all this stuff with more than a year of experience, they're going to be in a better position. Same as somebody with 3 to 5 years of experience. Like, what's the experience that they're asking for in the jobs you're applying for, right? So, and Don said, it's a lot, like I said earlier, it's a lot of fluff, right? So yeah, let's go back to our full screen. So I hope that you enjoyed how I break down a resume when I'm reading through it, what I'm looking for, what I'm thinking about, and hopefully that brings some help and insight to you, that it can help you to make your resume better. And once this gets clipped up, it's going to be a while it gets clipped up, because there's a massive backlog, right? We're still releasing videos from, I think now we're finishing up with September, and now we're on October. So there's a backlog of these videos to come out, right? But hopefully, like, you can always go back and look for it, but hopefully that you get some good insight on how I look at resumes, and you can move accordingly, right? So that your resume can stand out and it can make it to the finish line. All right. So
if you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.